Am I there? I'm not going to make a really long video. I wrote a lot of things down. And my last video got canceled on me. I'm so tired of this. I do 3, 4, 5 hours a day and end up with an hour. I guess I'm not ready for my own advancement. Or if I get it out of my head too fast, I might not think of it long enough. But I figured out a small little recipe that I'm working on right now for the Mayan count. And it has to do with, you see, we're not in year 2011. Now for a commercial break. I just went in the fridge, I looked at a piece of meat. It was pork. When you look at pork, everything's on the outside of the meat. That means the information in the pork goes around the meat. So the same thing for man. Our information goes around us and into our brain. The same thing for a pig. His information goes around them because you don't see all that tendon and stuff inside the meat. You see it around the meat. The same thing with the chicken. The chicken's a little bit different. It goes, vessels go through certain parts of the meat just like it goes through the breast of our own chest. And now, back to why we're not in the year 2011. This is year, in basic. I'm only going to give you to this in basic. This is year 20,011. You see, the reason for that is because there's something we don't see. You see, when we type in .com, it's because the .com is of this world. Dot of the com, communication. So when we put the .com, it's this world. The communication of this world, okay, is all central to a central line, and that central line, okay, is the 5 key on your telephone. That's where everything goes through. So we have to add a 5 at the end of everything, because that 5 means we went through 5,000 years already. Okay? We're on level 5, 5,000 years. Okay? Now the dice, I always lose my dice. The face of this dice, okay, the 5 is 5,000 years for each one. 5,125. The reason for 5,125 is because you cross-angle that 5 twice. 5 times 5 is 25. So we're playing with more than one dice, so you do that twice. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 by 25 is 625, or the short count of the Mayan. Or what you do is you add the 2 dice into the 5 dice, okay? Now you count only, now once you add that in, both sides of the 2, okay, count for 1 mark. You mark 1 line across this way. Can I mark a line? Do I have a pen? I didn't think I was going to be doing this. Where's my markers? Oh, I got a cat stuck to my lip. Okay, I'm gonna try and find the paper. Just do it on the back of this paper. 1 line through the 5, 2 lines through the 5, and then the line of life. And then a line of life through there. So that's man's life. Now we need 2 8. We need to connect your telephone. You need to make 4 lines to connect your telephone. You make those 4 lines, okay, using the 5 dice and the 2 dice. So you go 5 times 5 is 25. Times 5 is 125. So that's how you get the 5,125 of the short count. Now, like I said, use this 5. There's 1 line that goes across one way, 1 line goes across the other way. And although there's a Jesus cross of this line, okay, but once this line goes across, this line is automatically with it. So it's three lines, 1, 2, 3, okay, of 4 points. And this one is a positive side and a negative side. The even numbers are I think the negative side, if I can remember. Anyways, whatever it is, it's 4 marks, okay? 5,125, okay, times the 5 dice brings the 25,625. Now, I wasn't sure if you understand that. What I mean by a negative is, here's the plug, you plug this in, and it gets plugged into 1, 2, 3 distribution. So this would be beta 2, okay? This would be the 2. This here would be the 5, and this here would be the 8. This would be the 4, and this would be the 6. They're both in the same line because it goes around with them. It's an electronic. It's got to go in both sides to meet each other, to talk to each other. Okay, that's basically the way we're made. And this, my friends, okay, if I put it down, I'm going to try and design it and then show you. And they call it a T transfer, okay, because, how can I do this? It creates the letter I, because it is a T. You see here the T, the way it goes in? And I made it go around the top. Instead of going around, I can't show you on paper that it does this. Instead it does this. I can't show you on paper it does that. So what I do is I make the rainbow. You see, it's man's brain that's all the colors of the rainbow. This part over here is the bottom part of this. It plugs in there and it goes back up. The energy goes back up and then it delivers it from one side to the other side. Okay? And the setup that's on the inside of that is that. So you actually have 2 and 4. Okay? This is all the beta. What you don't see is in here and in here. And this is a V. And this is how the heart is shaped. I'm going to let this go right now. Just going to talk about the nav. CEBURG sings and talks about the nav. You see, the nav is the jack of spades, and he's man's body. He's the carcass of everything. He's got no brains, okay? He's the deaf, dumb, and blind. It's the body. The body's nothing. We carry it around. Come on, body. Come on, body. And your mind is screwed up because you weigh too much, or your body doesn't look good, you know? So we carry our body with us wherever we go, even though all we really need is our mind and our couple of fingers. Thank you very much for this video. Have a nice night. Like I said, I forgot to finish. So we're supposed to be in year, like the man said, 25,625. Well, right now I've made up over 20,000 years. And I did this about a year ago and I was missing 20 days. And I found 19.8 days over the last 5,125 years. And I'm supposed to find 0.9, because when I find 19.9, it becomes actually 166, or to bring 19.9 is actually 911, because 911, because you bring everything to tens. Everything's individual categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, box it in 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, box it in 20. And that's the way God does it, and He makes boxes. And in the French language, 60 to 70, okay, you go 61 all the way to 69. The minute you hit 70, you repeat the word 60 again. And then you say 60 plus 10 plus 11 all the way to 16, all the way to 79. 61, 69. It doesn't say the 70. 70 in French is 70. It says 70, 71, jusqu'à 60, et 19, which means 6 is man with spirit. Then the French, when they come to 80, they say 70 plus 10, which means 10, all the way to 19, which means 89. It would add the 19 spirit to the 7 God, which would mean 89, and 8 God of the 9, or the 9, 1, 2, 3 of the telephone, to say it quick. Okay, and then, okay, we go all the way up to 90. But at 90, they don't say the number plus 10. Now they say 80. 20, which means 90. And now they say 90 plus 1, 90 plus 2, 90 plus 3, all the way to 9. You see, in 60, they say ohms. They say 11. In 70, in 80, okay, they say 80. It's 4 cats, okay, that equal to 4 cats. 4 cats equal to 5. 1 cat equals to 5. And 4 cats equal to 20. It's a communication of the ace. I know it's not easy to understand. I know a lot, and I'm not sure if you even think I know anything at all. But once you get into 90, it's because it's the birth, and the birth comes with the 10 commandments. God comes with the 10 commandments and the birth-spirit connection. Man comes, okay, with the 10 commandments and the birth-spirit connection. So it's always saying plus 10, all the way to plus 19. It's saying 70 plus 60, it's saying 60 plus 11. Then it's saying 60 exists, all the way to 79 is fine, but the minute you get to 80, they say 80. So at 60 and at 80, they're saying the numbers in French, but they're adding on, okay, the one section by saying A exists, A owns. So God spoke French 100%. He put this through the French. He waited till English was a language that we can all communicate, because God said, unless I can get this star to work all over the world and communicate, I can't come for my children. And the red banker, he's going to eat everybody up, because if the banker doesn't give back the money to the people, God's going to come on down and he's going to do it himself. This has nothing to do with us anymore. And I just figured out that there's going to be 10 plagues. It's pretty weird. I don't believe this, but I figured that out for my project. It says what comes in October, because that's the last date in October in a couple of years from now, and it's going to be the 10 plagues running from October 4th to October 14th. And this is one of the reasons, when I started this 6 years ago, there was a place called Newsvine, and it said the Antichrist was born in 1888, and he's going to be here on the 14th of October. But then they said he was born on the 14th of October, so I'm saying maybe he's going to be born on, and we're going to, a birth means made aware of. It doesn't mean he's 2 years old. He could be 100 years old. But he's been made aware of now. 1888 was the date, and it's the 14th of October, which is 10 days away from mine. It's pretty weird, 14 versus 4, because my 4 is original. 2 and 2 make 4 angles. This 4 is not original. 14, it's 1 and 4. It's 1 spirit and 4 angles. I've got it better. I've got an 04, which means a complete set of God and the 4 angles. I don't need any more to waste. The reason I don't need any more to waste is because I'm not running after the dollar so much. Thank you for whatever it is. We're in good hands. It's going to be a weird couple of years for me, at least, just because of what I think. Let's join. It's me and you. Where do we start? Africa, because it starts with an A. Europe, because it's a rope around man's neck. Europe, or is it a rope to hang on to? Europe. Greece, Russia, Finland, Denmark, Saudi Arabia, Israel. Definitely, whoever is in that area, I'd like to be near those pyramids, near the Dead Sea, because once this happens, my friends, oh my God, all the ghosts will be released, and when the iceberg that was released in Antarctica, the crevice came off, when the iceberg gets released, Titanic, 105 years later, Antarctica iceberg breaks, we freeze in hell, now they unfreeze in hell to come back. All those angels on a money boat of greed, when they kick Jack Dawson in the ass, Jack is the guy who had to come back and save everybody, because it's Jack in the box, and Jack of hearts, and it's Jack of everything, and Jack is a hook, Jack is a hanger. Without Jack, we're nowhere today. 105 years is the number of poker. I count the cards, ace to ace, alpha omega, 105, MrTacpans's 105. That boat, okay, and the size of that boat and the placement of the propeller, why didn't it turn? I'd have to study that boat against the telephone and study the propeller. I already designed the propeller just like it, and I studied it, and something was wrong, and I couldn't figure it out, and I still can't. Maybe the boat was too long. Maybe it wasn't wide enough. Anyways, it's a lot better, okay? Anyways, let's go. So yeah, it's the Titanic, the iceberg melt, and they call it ICEBURG. It's watery, it's a light green. Now they say Bird Society is to bring New World Order. The iceberg breaks, unleashing, okay, the wicked angels and the good angels that were stuck there together. They learnt from each other over time, because Jack Dawson was one of those angels, okay? They turned blue with cold, blue lips, okay? Bringing all their energies to one area. So all the lips, okay, that are left in the ocean, they spoke. And the iceberg was the color of baby blue, which is the baby blue of the birth. Oh, did you see that on the video? Oh, my whole screen just moved away. Anyways, so all these angels are now been purified, the death of hell out of Antarctica. Berg is the one for New World Order. So that means when these angels come out, they're all good and fresh angels. They know what went on through the greed. They understood it. Now they're coming back to help us. So New World Order, on October 4th, when they say the beast is going to come, okay, New World Order is going to jump up, but the beast is breaking out of Antarctica. And it's just amazing how it's all just coming together right now. The salts of the Mediterranean coming from the Dead Sea, that's a plus minus negative. That's like doing this. You're connecting two sides of the angels. The iceberg just melted. The iceberg's going to hit that. The water's going to go through. Man's going to get the extra angel spirit from those who are dead. And man's going to be connected high in the sky through this element. But we got a problem because this plug is now plugged in to our governments. And whatever we say goes to them. But the last laugh is on them. Do you know why? Because the minute we speak, our energy goes right to God without even this computer. There's not anything you do, okay, in this world that God does not know. Now, if you believe in God, then you'll know that's possible. If you don't believe in God, you're not watching me anymore anyways, okay? But there's no way, no matter what you do. You see, when I get to the middle of this apple, I've reached the core. I've reached God. You just can't go through my skin and my head and bring me down. Bring me down, 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 down. We'll stop it here. I just keep creating work over work over work over work. Ever show you this image? In the back, it says 11.11. It's an electrical box setup. This whole box flips into here. The box stays the same, but the element arm comes from here and flips up to here. It looks like a big U. Okay? This part of the box still stays there. But what was open circuit here was a closed circuit down here. You see these eyes? This means open and closed circuit. But when the eyes are showing down here, I showed it like this because I was going to turn the paper around, but now you got the three islands, and the three islands. You have the one space here, and you have the one space here, one space here, one space here, one space here, one space here. Because of those spaces, this automatically says 11, 11. And you go down here, it says 11, 11. 11, 11 is a communication arm, like a spider web. You know how you build satellites and stuff? Well, it's all the same thing. It's what you do. It's just you're not looking at your work. You're just doing it because you know it, but you're not looking at the materials. See, I look at all the materials. Because the materials that are most important, when I see a material, okay, I know where it fits. And if you're an electrician or anybody else, you see a color, you know where it goes. So it's natural for some people. So if we all come together, we can build a matrix just like that. And it's going to happen anyways. Because I believe that robots were before us, 100%. Machines were before us. Beta's a machine. So machines have to be before us. So when we watch Terminator, and you freak out, don't freak out. It's happening out there. The machines are on the loose. But man knows how to control the machine. So maybe that's one of the ideas are. The robot got on the loose, and God needed more hope, and the calling was for Jack. Jack. J-E-S-U-S. Jack. Thank you very much. Have a nice Monday morning at work. If you have to connect any calls, I'm going to show you this. I didn't even see this. Where's the piece? Yeah, so this is my connection, and this is the 9 card. This is my connection, and this is the 9 card. All these cards. They showed it all to us. Thank you very much. God's playing the role of a pawn. He's standing in the middle of nowhere with a crystal ball on the top of his head, and the machine is working, and it's really weird. It's really weird. May Jesus be with you all. May Allah be with you all. I don't care what religion you are, okay? Even if he's not the same religion, we don't understand each other yet, okay? I know we're here a long time, but we don't understand each other yet. What? Pick a number from 1 to 10? 81. Is that good enough? Now put this cassette backwards and check if I said 81 again. Or did I say a different number?